I'm back with, again, a team that I found in someone else's video. This time, it's a CloverBells video, and I think CloverBells also made the team himself, so full credit to him for this one, but yeah, this team caught my eye for a couple of reasons. One is that I haven't really used Koraidon yet much at all. I'm not sure. I must have tried a Koraidon team at some point, but I can't even think of one I did, other than PDL season that kind of went off the rails midway through. So I'm definitely interested in giving that restricted Pokemon a go, but the pairing of Entei and Chien-Pao is also a lot of fun, and Entei is a Pokemon that really intrigues me, partly just because it's from, it's a classic Gen 2 Pokemon, it's a legendary Pokemon, it's a Pokemon that ticks a lot of boxes for Pokemon that I like, has a very cool and imposing design, but also I've sort of been curious for a while about its place in the meta. I was putting Entei on a lot of my early Reg G teams because I thought it was going to be good, and then it didn't really perform, and I stopped using it. Not many other people were using it either, but this team makes use of Life Orb Entei, Terra Normal, Extreme Speed, potentially doing a lot of damage, especially if you get it next to Chien-Pao, which, let's see, this one's max speed, sash, okay, pretty typical. And then, of course, Sacred Fire can get boost from the sun set by Koraidon. So, I know that Entei might not be the main piece on this team. Obviously, Koraidon is the restricted Pokemon, but this team has a lot of ways to enable Entei, and I'm very interested in seeing how that will go for me. And then we round the team out with, I don't know why this Raging Bolt is at level 75. Let's fix that before Showdown yells at me. But, yeah, we got a couple of classic past Paradox Pokemon, a couple of the good ones, I mean. AV Raging Bolt makes a lot of sense to me, can help cover for things like Kyogre. And then also just hit very hard in Sun. And then we got the speed boosting, I believe. Yeah, speed boosting Flutter Mane, giving a little more speed control with Icy Wind and throwing off its own attacks. Now let's see about this Farigiraf. So what does this Farigiraf do? It can set Trick Room, but this is a fast team. I don't think I want Trick Room up most of the time. What I might want to do is reverse an opponent's Trick Room. And then it can prevent priority attacks from going into Flutter Mane and Chien-Pao, and boost them with Helping Hand. I kind of see the vision, but maybe it's been a few days since I watched the CloverBells video. Maybe I'll get a refresher on what the Farigiraf does as we go. But alright, first team is a Rain team, and I know, as I'm recording this, I'm not recording this the same day that it goes public, I know that earlier today James Beck used this team in a video. I saw it in my recommendations. It had been uploaded like 20 minutes earlier, and I haven't watched it, so I don't... Well, I do know to an extent what this team does. I know it specs Hisui and Goodra, but I don't necessarily know all the tricks. I've just realized that this team that I'm using doesn't have Tailwind, so actually the Trick Room Farigiraf makes more sense now. You get some kind of speed control, and then I also have, again, the speed boosting Icy Wind Flutter Mane. Is Flutter Mane faster than Iron Jugulus? Yes, it is. Okay. Do I just lead, like, Chien-Pao Flutter Mane or Raging Bolt Flutter Mane? I think I like Raging Bolt Flutter Mane. Raging Bolt can threaten Kyogre, it can potentially take a hit from Goodra, and I can threaten, like, Icy Wind and Thunderbolt into the Jugulus. I don't know the Terra type on the Jugulus, because, again, I haven't watched that video. Anyway, we definitely bring Koraidon. I kind of like Chien-Pao here. It means no Entei in the first game, unfortunately, but Chien-Pao threatens a lot of their team, especially if I get my speed control right, so let's just do that. I guess that also means I'm not bringing Trick Room, so I'm putting a fair bit on denying Tailwind, or being able to play around it somehow. But they do lead Jugulus Kyogre. Let's see if my idea for that works. And that idea basically is just to commit Thunderbolt into Jugulus and Icy Wind. I guess they can just protect the Jugulus if it has that to get around it, but gotta take some risks with an offensive team, right? That's funny that I saw that James Beck video go up, again, on the day that I'm recording this, earlier this evening, and I just haven't watched... If I'd watched it, I'd know everything about this team. Okay, Terra Steel Jugulus. Will it survive? Well, it gets the Tailwind off. But we did force Kyogre out, and we got a speed drop onto their Pokemon, so I feel like Flutter Mane can still have some fun here. Another Icy Wind into Landorus will just knock it out. They'll probably switch it out here, but... I mean, the speed drop then still is good into something, right? And if I threaten the KO on Landorus, then I can still attack with Raging Bolt, so... Let's just do Icy Wind and Electro Web and negate their Tailwind. Okay, they get a Snarl off. Sure. Do I miss the KO on Landorus because of that? I do not. And they didn't switch. If they had, then I would have, you know, undone all their speed control right there. I think I feel good with another Electro Web here, and should probably protect Flutter Mane. And then I can think about switching to not Kyogre, switching to Koraidon next turn. Wow, that Origin Pulse really doesn't do much to Raging Bolt through the Assault Vest. That's in the rain too. And they forfeited. Okay, so I don't have to think about switching to Koraidon. Alright, that was a good first game, but that opponent was in the 1500s too. But no Entei yet. Gotta get Entei its video debut still. Debut in this video, that is. Obviously, it's featured in other videos before, including the CloverBells one that I got this team from. But I gotta get Entei into my video. This person has Regigigas and Weezing. I haven't seen that in a while. I used to use that in Sword and Shield. It was fun. Don't know that I'm a big believer in it in Scarlet and Violet. It's Galarian Weezing, which I haven't used as much. I got Shadow Rider Calyrex with that. I kind of see the vision. This does look strong. How do I beat Calyrex? Well, I have Terra Normal Entei. I actually think leading Entei is pretty strong here, because I can threaten a Sacred Fire Burn into Regigigas, and I have the normal Terra for Calyrex. The Urshifu then is potentially a problem. Do I lead Chien-Pao with Entei? If they bring in Weezing, then I don't get the Sword of Ruin, of course. What about Farigiraf Entei? And I can get Helping Hand, or I can get Psychic Noise into Weezing. I have a second normal type to throw out a possible Calyrex lead. I'll bring Flutter Mane. Well, okay, I've started to talk myself into not bringing my restricted Pokemon. Because I can't bring Chien-Pao and Flutter Mane and Koraidon. Let's bring Chien-Pao and Koraidon. Okay, it's Weezing Gigas lead. You know what? The one thing... Oh, well, they didn't lead Calyrex. I was going to say the one thing is if I Terrasilize Entei, then they can burn it, but they can't burn it if I don't Terrasilize it, and I don't think I have a reason to in this position. I'm just going to go right for a Sacred Fire into Regigigas and a Psychic Noise into Weezing, and we'll see what they give us here. Oh, Terra Grass... Huh. No burn. Ah, that sucks. Gonna be honest with you, I don't know how Crush Grip works. It's been in the games for a long time, and I've just never learned. Anyway. Entei can get one more attack off, and it's slower than Regigigas, so... I can Protect, or I can switch it out, or I can click Extreme Speed. Those are my options. Let's just do Helping Hand Extreme Speed. Oh, I can't do Helping Hand, I'm taunted. Alright, let's Protect and target a Foul Play into Regigigas. And maybe I can position myself into getting a Sacred Fire off into Weezing next turn. That Crush Grip does so much damage. What does Crush Grip do? Anyone know? I have never learned how Crush Grip works. I think it has variable damage of some kind. Oh, this Urshifu is a problem, because I still can't just Sacred Fire the Weezing. I could switch Koraidon in, but... Yeah, well, if they click Strange Steam or whatever it's called, then they got me, I guess. And I'll just go Psychic Noise into Urshifu, break a potential Focus Sash, although I think it's Scarfed the way they just brought it in. And anyway, I don't get to do anything because Farigiraf goes down here. And they do go Strange Steam. Alright, they got me. Fair's fair. They got me. Let's just Ice Spinner Weezing and Terra Normal Extreme Speed Urshifu, but we lose this one for sure. I believe it's Terra Dark Chien-Pao, so There wasn't a whole lot to be done with its Terra type there. You don't even KO the Weezing. Weezing being a physically bulky Pokemon, Strange Steam finishes me off. Alright, I didn't think they were just going to throw off a Strange Steam like that, but I guess they read me. Good for them. Not the best showing for Entei so far. But... Ooh. This looks like the Aaron Trailer Miraidon team. So it might be exactly that. How do I beat Miraidon? I have AV Raging Bolt. Terra Electric. Not Fairy, but that's okay. I have Speed Boosting Flutter Mane, so that's going to be faster than Miraidon. But not when they get Tailwind up. I could, like, lead Flutter Mane for Farigiraf, Beta Tailwind, and click Trick Room, if they lead Whimsicott, and otherwise just do, like, Helping Hand, Moonblast, or something. That sounds fun, let's try that. I don't know if it's the best thing, but it sounds fun. And I'll bring... Well, again, the problem is, what other Pokemon do I bring? Do I leave... Once again, I'm thinking about leaving Koraidon behind. But I don't know if I can do that. Let's bring Koraidon and Raging Bolt. Chien-Pao would be strong into a few of these Pokemon, but we'll see what we can do without it. Okay, they lead Farigiraf and Urshifu, so my whole lead Flutter Mane into Miraidon idea just doesn't work. What can I do here? Did I say Urshifu when I meant Ursaluna? I think I might have. Don't especially want to switch anything in on Ursaluna. If it just throws off an attack, then I'm in danger. Let's just Moonblast into it with a Helping Hand. It's probably Life Orb Ursaluna, so any chip helps. Okay, they protect it and set Trick Room, but can't I just protect and Trick Room back? Not without taking some damage on my Giraffe, of course, but I don't think they're going to one-shot it unless they just go for Blood Moon right into my Giraffe right here. Oh, they do one-shot it with Hyper Voice. Okay. Alright, Raging Bolt. There's a lot riding on you at this point. I think all I can do with Flutter Mane is try to protect it again. And is there any advantage to clicking Terra Electric here? Obviously, yes. I get boosted damage. That's a pretty good advantage. I might need that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Of course, I don't know if Raging Bolt takes a Helping Hand or Earth Power here. But they don't go for Earth Power. We do take the Hyper Voice. I almost knock out the bear. Unfortunately, it can still attack 2 more times. What am I trying to do here? Am I trying to win with Koraidon? Or do I need to somehow win with Flutter Mane? I don't think Flutter Mane can carry this, so I'll go for a triple protect. Be pretty cool if I get... Wait. Raging Bolt isn't going to get to attack again. Alright, I just have to hope that Flutter Mane takes a hit somehow. Oh, it does. Oh, I could have just gotten rid of the Ursaluna last turn then. I guess I haven't used bulky Flutter Mane in a while. Well, I mean, here... I guess I just kill the possible Fake Out turn and the last turn of Trick Room. And then try to claw this back somehow. Yeah, I just needed to double attack into the Ursaluna last turn, I think. I almost hit Urshifu again. Too many bears. Can't keep track of them all. Okay. I don't think the Giraffe has Protect on this team. I don't think I don't think I urgently need to get rid of the Incineroar, right? I don't think it has Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp would be bad. But I'm going to call that it doesn't have that. And I'm going to Moonblast and Collision Course into the Giraffe. And knock it out. No more Trick Room. The Incineroar doesn't go for Will-O-Wisp, but that Flare Blitz does a lot of damage in the sun. And do I just lose to Miraidon from here? Actually, maybe not. It's probably Specs Miraidon, but Fluttermane's going to be faster. So I get Icy Wind and Collision Course. And the game ended, so probably lost. As excuse me, Miraidon just barely takes the Collision Course. In hindsight, why didn't I just Moonblast it? Would oh, something in my throat. Would Moonblast have KO'd? Who's to say? Anyway, rough start to the video, apart from that first game, but let's see what we can do into this Torn Ogre team. And I still haven't gotten to do much with Entei, but this doesn't feel like the game for it. I think that unfortunately the meta might still just not be friendly to Entei, but I don't know. It's entirely possible I'm just using it wrong. I mean, Raging Bolt does a lot in a lead position here. Fluttermane is probably alright. Or Chien-Pao. What about Chien-Pao, Raging Bolt? Then if they lead Torn Ogre and the Ogre goes Grass Terra, then I can probably get it with an Ice Spinner. Bring Koraidon for the Sun. And I kind of want Fluttermane. I also kind of want to say, alright, let's just do it and bring Entei. Let's just do it and bring Entei. This could be the last game of the video. Okay, they lead Chien-Pao, Rillaboom. So they have Fake Out Pressure. Of course, I don't have Protect on Raging Bolt. Let's just go for Electro Web and protect Chien-Pao. I will at least resist a Grass attack coming from the Rillaboom, but still do a lot. And they go right for high horsepower. Okay. Alright, well... let's... Do I preserve Raging Bolt here? I think it might be worth it to Thunderclap to try to break a Sash on the Chien-Pao, and... oh, I was gonna Ice Spinner into the Rillaboom because it's a Grass type, but of course it's not a Grass type anymore, is it? Could be AV Rillaboom. Good chance it is. Let's just send a Sacred Sword and a Thunderclap into Chien-Pao. Knock that out, but the Rillaboom is still a threat. Big Woodhammer. Knocks me down to my Sash. Also chips it, at least. There's the Kyogre. I'll protect Chien-Pao here. They can't Terra the Kyogre. Let's give it a Thunderclap. I think it might protect. Okay, instead it goes out to Tornadus. So they bait the Thunderclap out of me, and they'll probably knock Raging Bolt out here. Yep, they do, but... this gives me Sun. And what? They can still finish Chien-Pao off like anytime they want with priority Grassy Glide, so let's not let them do that. And let's just... I think they want to get Kyogre in. What Pokemon do I think they want to switch out? I'm kind of thinking Rillaboom, but then... do I really want to switch Chien-Pao out if I think the Rillaboom is switching out? Let's Ice Spinner into Torn and Collision Course into the Rillaboom slot. They get Tailwind, they don't switch anything. So they do get rid of my Chien-Pao here. That means I lose the Weather War. So that's bad. I finally get rid of the Rillaboom, but it might be too little too late. Especially as I'm going Entei here. But, that said, I haven't used my Terra yet, so I can Terra Normal, Extreme Speed the Kyogre, turn off Entei's Water Weakness, and weaken a Water Spout. And I'll target a Collision Course into it as well. I thought they might protect Bleak Wind, but they don't do that. The Bleak Wind still does a lot, though. Origin Pulse misses Entei. That's, well, almost huge, but I think it's too little too late for me, as Koraidon does go down there. go Extreme Speed into Kyogre again. Doesn't even knock it out. I thought it would. We don't take a Bleak Wind. Alright, so I have given this team a pretty poor showing. I'm pretty sure CloverBells did better. Go check out his channel. That's Clover, like the leafy thing, and Bell, like the bells in Ho-Oh's tower. But yeah, I definitely have found it hard tonight to use Entei in this format. Which is a shame. It's an interesting Pokemon. But anyway, on to the next one. See you then.